be? What will they be? When will they be? Tune in and watch.
And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Hey,
Henry gets it here to start the drive. Stiff arm success. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Flushed out of the pocket. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. So 4th down, and the big-legged Michael Dixon out to punt. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. They're set up at the 35 now. They'll come out throwing. Vacates quickly left side. And his first pass falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10 now. He's on the move. Able to get it to Edwards. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Still sticking with the passing game. Cuffs, this is Xavier Leggett. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Throwing it again here. Flushed down out to his left. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. First time this game they've looked to him. And now it's 2nd down. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Working quickly here. Third and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. Now out comes the field goal unit as they try this one. It's 44 yards here from the left hash. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that will get them on the board.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Returnable from the 1. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He sends this one to the end zone. And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints take a 4-point lead. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. 7-3 is our score. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And we're back. Teams are ready. It's time for the 2nd quarter. They'll begin a new drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Here we go.
Pass play coming here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. He gets him 8, and that's going to set up 4th down and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And they're going for this. That's complete to Leggett. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. To throw here on first down. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll look to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. The rookie from Georgia has it. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get it ready.
They run it with King Henry. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
On 2nd down, here's Henry again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. We're to the 2-minute warning from Lambeau. And it's the Saints facing a 3rd and 6. Here's Winston. He put everything he had into this one. They connect on the deep shot. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints grow their lead just before halftime. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints drive their lead to 11. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Offense up to the line fast. Now they'll throw out of the gun. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the 41. It's his running back. He has room past the 25. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. That's DeMario Davis. And the Saints are stopped a little beyond the 10-yard line on the return. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 19. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Where offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Throwing off the play fake here. Catch catch is made down the right sideline. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brought down by Tyrann Mathieu. Looking to throw. He fires one deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 10. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints get more points to end a lopsided first half. And that
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis, and before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams, and the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Rolling to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Here's Winston. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Henry up the middle, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Jameis to throw it. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Hall of Famer Larry Wilson. And the Cards are going to take over here up near the 40. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Peterson. He's got it on the draw. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to lighten this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to return. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks. A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here and just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Murray going to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick six, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for six? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for Dr. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 2nd and 10. Murray now. And Watson has it right side. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion.
Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. So here's a 3rd and 14 as they've got it as we resume action. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Murray with a nice move. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Murray. And his throw here is incomplete. Fair to say it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here's Murray. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's incomplete. Oh, it would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Murray now to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. Murray sets to throw on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. A 1st down carry for Henry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
To throw is Winston. Looking deep for Julio. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Julio Jones. 40 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On play action, it's Murray. They'll roll him out right. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Let's go.
Running left, it's Henry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 3rd down and 1. They go play action. Winston. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Winston now. On the move to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Malik Neighbors as the first half is winding down. And the Saints are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and the rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
And the kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. To throw is Hill. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. And all of that, nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And they are going for it. Here's Hill. Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Julio Jones. 27 yards. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
Now a 2nd and 10. A play fake to Peterson. Now Hill. And this one caught by Coates. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Play fake. Hill. This one complete to Coates. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Winston. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Good for the Saints.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Saints 7, 49ers 0.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Here's Winston. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Luke Kuechly drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Up the middle, it's Peterson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
2nd and a couple.
Back to throw, Hill. Over the middle, here to Coates. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. Now Hill. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's Hill. He'll buy some time right. He completes it to Jones. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 23. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Hill. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
From the gun, it's a give to Peterson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hill looks to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. On the screen, complete to Spiller. He's got room past the 30, and he'll be out right at the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
And the Saints first down.
Here's Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. 1 second, all that remains. A final shot before break. Hill. Just keeping the play alive. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the 3rd quarter will start from the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, in the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
We'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. Malik Neighbors, 63 yards.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. We are about set for kickoff. Greg, talking to the coaches all week. We're so curious to see what's going to play out here at the start of this one.
And ideally, I think each of these teams is thinking, okay, we think this is how the game's going to unfold. This is our plan. This is how we're going to go attack. And if that's the case, great. But very rarely does that happen, Mike. So it's really the team that makes the best adjustments in real time, in between possessions, in between snaps. The team that adjusts the fastest and the most efficiently, they're the ones that come the end of the game. They tend to have the advantage.
And he'll get forward for a couple. Alex Anzalone in for the tackle. Second down and 8. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Well, that's certainly not what we were expecting to see, especially from a quarterback of this caliber. Opening drive, turnover. And let's hope for their sake, Mike, this is not a sign of things to come the rest of the day.
First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. That would qualify as an angry run, powering his way forward. A pickup of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Going to go right back to Henry. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Off the play fake, it's Jameis. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Jones motioning here. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he fought through one tackle, stayed on his feet. He'll get him down for no gain.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could.
That is caught. What a throw. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New Orleans.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Back to throw. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game. Yeah, he's trying to make the best of a bad situation here, Mike. Nothing open downfield. He thinks he can tuck it and get it with his legs. He ends up out of bounds, short of the 1st.
This one, incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. Here's Henry. Oh, and a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A 2nd down throw for Jameis. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal. But right now, they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across.